In every debate, you need to ask yourself the question, why was this topic set? What are the things that exist that mean we need to have a discussion about this, and what are we trying to achieve? The answer to these questions is that there's a problem that exists, and we need to talk about what it is, does it actually exist, and how are we going to solve it?
Hi everyone, my name is Anna and this is Isabel, and in today's Conquering Debating video, we are going to be looking at problems. It is the role of the affirmative team to tell us that we should do what the topic states. And to convince the adjudicator of this, we need to prove that there is a problem that needs to be fixed. This is one of the first things that the affirmative team should do in setup, but first, we need to understand what makes a problem strong. And there are three main elements that are going to really strengthen your problem.
The first thing that makes a good problem is that it's a big problem. This is because the bigger the problem is, the more important it is that we solve it. The size of the problem can relate to two things. Firstly, the amount of people that it affects, and secondly, the size of the impact on the person or people.
For example, let's take a look at the topic that we should ban contact sports for children under 18 years of age. A big problem here might be the head injuries that children could get from playing these sports, so a large impact. And also, many children play contact sports, so there are a lot of people affected by this, and therefore it should be banned.
The second thing that makes a good problem is that it's necessary to fix the problem. If the problem's going to go away by itself, or be fixed in another way, there's no need for your plan. You want the adjudicator to think that the problem must be solved, and crucially, that only your plan can solve it. If you're having trouble thinking of reasons why action is necessary, try and think about the stakeholders who are affected by the problem. Ask yourself, why can't the stakeholders fix the problem themselves? Maybe it's the government's role to do so.
Or maybe the stakeholders are vulnerable, like being part of a minority group. Or maybe they simply can't act for themselves because they are children. And maybe the main stakeholders don't actually know what is best for them. For more information on stakeholders, make sure to check out our other videos.
Let's take another look at the example of contact sports. You could say that a ban is necessary because A, regulations wouldn't work, B, people aren't aware of the risks because they don't believe it will happen to them, and C, they're children, so they need extra protection.
The final thing that makes a really good problem is that it needs to be fixed urgently. The more urgent that a problem is, the more importantly that we fix it immediately via your plan.
Two things can make a problem urgent. The first is that it's currently hurting a lot of people, and the second is that it is going to hurt a lot of people in the future, and so needs to be prevented. If you can create a sense of urgency with your problem, it's a powerful tool to sway the adjudicator, and it demands a big response from the negative.
Let's look at that contact sports example again. You can build a sense of urgency by describing the thousands of kids that play contact sport every week and how every time their head hits the ground or hits another player, that is an increased chance of brain damage or serious injury that could affect them forever. With those three elements, you can make a really good problem and your team is going to be on the right track.
That's it for this video. Remember to like and subscribe and leave any questions that you might have in the comments. See you later.
Bye!